I've always craved being an entrepreneur. I've worked at some places where, all of the marketing, everything is about the dream body.
And that's a huge problem.
I 100% agree. Boutique fitness is more of a very specific approach. What really fires me up about this place is the community that we are building.
How did you approach the opening of the den? Were you nervous?
A lot of people told me I was crazy. It was the hardest year of my life. It took a toll on my mental health. I wasn't prepared for the rock bottom that I was gonna hit. Depression. I had never experienced it before. I felt paralyzed. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not the person who should run this business. I was having the hardest time trusting myself. In my mind, the business was doomed. Thankfully, I have the best support team in the world. My family lives close. My wife was like, you have to go to work. I think the thing that kept me going was like this glimmer of I know this will work. I got into therapy. I got better at celebrating the small wins.
Out of curiosity and just for fun, how much can you lift?
More than you.
I knew it. For someone that wants to get into the gym, but they're self-conscious, how would you approach that?
Just try. Just start. At the beginning, if you're out of shape, it's gonna be hard. There's a lot of really amazing people who wanna help you.
Why did you call it the Den?
I love this question.
Folks, welcome back to another episode of The Locals. My name is Ryan Glatzhofer, and I'm going around the Chicagoland area spotlighting courageous entrepreneurs. And folks, this video is for you if one, you're interested in learning about business through the lens of great entrepreneurs, and two, if you're interested in gaining a new gym membership. This might just be the place for you, so stay tuned. And folks, without further ado, I have a great business person to introduce to you today. He's going to talk about his business, his unique story, and how he's serving the community. Please join me in welcoming Todd from the Den Fitness in Barrington. Todd, pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Ryan.
In creating the Den Fitness, what's your background? Is it in kinesiology? Are you a health coach?
Well, I actually went to school for acting. I was a performer my entire life. That was like my identity. I moved to New York, dreams of, becoming a big-time actor. Things just kind of changed and my priorities shifted.
How did you make that pivot from acting to fitness?
I started doing fitness on the side. I got really involved in boutique fitness. Started teaching cycling, got my group fitness certification and my personal trainer certification. Was kind of brought under the wing of a mentor of mine at a small fitness studio in Astoria, New York. Danny, if you're watching. He taught me basically everything I know about lifting weights, about getting stronger, about programming for different clients. I dove in full time. Moved to Chicago, never really looked back. Eventually my dream was to bring what is now the Den to the suburbs of Chicago.
So what's the difference between a boutique and niche fitness facility versus a traditional gym, maybe like Planet Fitness?
Yeah, we call those big box fitness.
Corporate, is that what you mean?
Yeah, boutique fitness is more of a very specific approach. So here at the Den, we believe so much in strength training. One of my fears when we first started growing was, are we gonna be able to have that same small community feel? I know every single one of our members' names, and so do all of my coaches. That's what really fires me up about this place, is the community that we are building.
I'm emotional today, and it's important to me to show the highs and lows of business ownership. What I didn't envision was the community that would rally behind us and rally around its members. This place is surpassing my wildest dreams in so many ways. It's teaching me the power of connection and positivity, love.
You said that when you were getting ready to launch, that Barrington was the perfect market. Mm-hmm. Why is that?
So we have family that lives in Barrington. I'm originally from Crystal Lake.
Crystal Lake didn't have a gym or a space that would offer this?
Yeah, I just started doing the market research and it all made sense. It's the right demographic, it's the right income. There are gyms, but nobody that offers the kid fit, the kids camp, the child care that we offer while you work out. There's nobody who's offering strength and conditioning group fitness classes that isn't like a big franchise, like an Orange Theory or something like that.
I see what you're saying.
This was the first place that I looked at. I was able to build out the studio of my dreams.
When did you start the Den?
I started the Den in 2023. I worked on my business plan all through the pandemic. A lot of people told me I was crazy, but when we moved from Chicago to the suburbs, I knew that what was gonna fill me up and make me feel fulfilled and happy was gonna be to take this leap.
Many people are incredibly passionate about fitness and helping others in their community, right? But not everyone takes that passion and starts a business. Would you have been content working for another gym?
No, I couldn't do it. I mean,
Why?
I worked for some great places, but I've always craved being an entrepreneur. Creating a space that is incredibly welcoming. I've worked at some places where, all of the marketing, everything is about the dream body.
And that's a huge problem.
I 100% agree. I could spend a lot of time talking about that. We want everybody to feel like no matter where they start or where they're going, like we see them, we celebrate them every step of the way. What makes us different is that we truly care. Our sales approach is not like, let's just get as many people in here as we can. It's always been, let's create a genuine experience that people really resonate with, that makes them feel seen and appreciated, and the sale will come.
For someone that wants to get into the gym, but perhaps they're dealing with their own mental health issues or they're self-conscious, how would you kind of approach that?
First, I would say just try. Just start. At the beginning, if you're out of shape, it's gonna be hard. So find a place that's gonna work with you where you're at and be there every step of the way to help you create the plan to progress. There's a lot of really amazing people who wanna help you. I can honestly say that all of our members wanna see every other person here succeed.
Out of curiosity and just for fun, how much can you lift?
More than you.
I knew it.
We don't talk about the numbers.
Why don't we talk about the numbers?
Because everybody's on their own journey. If I tell you how much I can lift, that might be demotivating to you.
Right. You have to meet them where they're at.
Yeah, so honestly, that goes into like the language that we use even in classes. We don't say like, pick up a heavy weight, that's gonna be 40 pounds and up. We'll say, to make it more intense, do this. To make it more achievable. We use phrases like, grab a heavy for you weight. Like, what is heavy, For you and I, that's something different.
That's a very good point. It's subjective.
Right.
How did you approach the opening of the den? Were you nervous that there was going to be a great reception?
If you build it, they will come. I thought that this was such a good idea. It was the right market. It was the right time. We were providing something that nobody around us was doing. I thought that the doors would fling open and everybody would be signing up for memberships, and that wasn't the case. It was the hardest year of my life, just going from opening our doors to getting to 100 members. And it took a toll on my mental health. I wasn't prepared for the rock bottom that I was gonna hit.
May I ask you, if you're willing to share, what was the rock bottom?
Depression. I had never experienced it before. I'm a optimistic, glass, always full type person. Thankfully, I have the best support team in the world. My family lives close. My wife was like, we have to do it. You just have to get up. You have to go to work. Everything was this just massive project of, today you're a business owner. You need to grow this business, you need to make it work, you need to keep your staff happy, you need to figure out a way to pay everybody, you need to figure out a way to sell memberships. What do? I felt paralyzed. I got to the point where I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not the person who should run this business. I was having the hardest time trusting myself. I think the thing that kept me going was this glimmer of I know this will work. I know this can work. I know this is good. Because the people who were coming were obsessed with it. They embraced it with open arms and full hearts. We just need more time. But depression is weird. You can't see it that way. In my mind, the business was doomed. And I think a big part of it for me was just the crash of expectations versus reality.
You can absolutely get there. It just takes patience.
Patience.
Just time.
Yeah, that's what the smartest people in my life were telling me. They were like, Todd, it's been 3 months. I need to close the doors.
But that is a key moment, and I would love for you to further explain, if you're willing, how to fight back like hell against that self-doubt.
I got into therapy. I got better at celebrating the small wins. Every membership, every reply to an email, I just did it. I had no other choice. Established our system and processes. We pivoted so many times.
How so?
We started offering personal training. I never thought we were going to do that. We started offering kids fitness classes. We started offering things that people were telling us they wanted to at least keep the place open. If we had not done the kids' fitness classes, the parents' night out, the different offerings that we have, we wouldn't be what we are today. The universe is telling you to change the plan.
In order to build this business, how did you fund it?
With the help of some amazing family members. We didn't have to take out a single loan.
That's huge.
It's massive.
Yeah. A lot less pressure.
We could never have done it. We have the most generous support system in the world. You totally feel the privilege because you know that there are people out there with amazing ideas who won't be able to do it because of financial means.
Can you talk about the birthday parties you offer and also what this kids camp is?
Kids are part of our community. My wife and I knew that when we opened the Den, we were going to offer childcare because one of the things that we loved to do before kids was work out together, take group fitness classes together. And I was like, right, there should be more gyms doing this and giving parents the opportunity to have that 1 hour.
It's free?
It's free. We host monthly parents' night out. Parents will drop off their kids. We have some fun kind of theme around it, so it switches up every month. We watch the kids for 3 hours. We have an amazing time, and it gives the parents a night out. We also have Kid Fit, pop-up fitness camps or classes, and then we do birthday parties. And we usually do them solely for our members' kids, kids that we know who come to the kids camp. It's important to us that we're always living out the message, fitness should be accessible to everybody. Here, the kids are part of our community. They see their moms and dads working out.
When building the space and getting the equipment, do you purchase it or is it based on a rental?
I have different brands and equipment that I love. There's a local fitness warehouse distributor that I met randomly doing a tabling event at a farmer's market, and he was like, hey, I supply equipment for gyms. It worked out really well. We got some really awesome financing. It's all paid off now. We own all of the equipment outright.
Just over 2 years in, Are you profitable?
We are. We were lucky enough to be profitable by month 3. In the beginning, it was all me. I did everything, all the sales, the follow-up outreach. When we hit 2 years, have a little bit more freedom. Have amazing people in the right places. I get to come in, engage with the members, teach classes. It's impacted my family. I'm able to go on vacation, attend all of my kids' functions.
What's been your proudest moment?
When we launched the Reserve, which is our semi-private training space that we're sitting in right now. The high energy classes, that is my vibe. I was able to see an opportunity to connect and to bring fitness to people who don't vibe with that. And they're looking for an easier entry point to fitness. Right. Some of them are an older demographic. Some of them are just looking for that personal training aspect, but they want to do it with other people because it's more fun. Another moment that I'm really proud of was when we were able to take our first family vacation. We went to Mexico.
Oh, so cool.
It was awesome. We were there for a week. You're building a business that can operate when you're away, and I have to credit my team with that because everybody who works for the Den walks the walk, talks the talk, and they are willing to help.
They live the message.
Absolutely. They jump in whenever they can. They're passionate about growing the business, helping our clients, and providing the best fitness experience.
When you were on vacation, were you just God, I hope this goes well?
Oh, of course. I was terrified. I was on the flight, connecting to Wi-Fi, being huh, is everything okay? Watching the cameras, and it felt like I was leaving my baby at college.
And you eventually picked your baby up after?
I picked my baby up and everything was fine.
No child services needed.
Exactly, totally.
The entrepreneurial journey is not easy. There are pitfalls and things that pop up that you have to figure out. Are there any mistakes that you've made that you can think of that you'd be willing to share to show people that, hey, things are going to happen, you have to pivot, you have to figure it out?
The amount that we spent on the build out, I didn't know how expensive things were. I knew that plumbing was expensive, I knew that electric was expensive. I wasn't prepared for how much money we were going to need to borrow, but now we have the studio of our dreams. I should have done a little bit more research on the amount that it costs to build something from the studs up.
Why did you call it the Den?
I love this question. So the name The Den came from how we wanted people to feel when they were here. What came before The Den is our tagline, which is strength and community. I want people to feel like they're hanging out in their house, like they're in their common area, like they're in their den.
Where do you see the Den in 5 years?
I would love to have a second location in 5 years. I think that this is needed, especially like in this area, in the suburbs.
What does the community mean to you and the Den?
The community is honestly at like the center of everything we do. Even in the design of our architecture, we wanted the community space to be smack dab in the middle. We wanted enough space to have people gathering, to host events for our members. I think when people are here, oh my gosh, I'm gonna steal this from Olive Garden. When you're here, you're family.
So if people are looking for a new gym to try or want to get started on their fitness journey, how can they reach out to the Den and get in touch?
Yeah, so we'd love to have you. You definitely belong here. You can email us, info@thedentraining.com, or follow us on Instagram @thedenbarrington, and we'll be sure to reply and get you in for your first session on us.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Ryan.
And folks, that does it for another episode of The Locals. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're interested in more content like this, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you next time. Thanks again.
Thank you.